Saturday the 16th of August 2014. I'm back at Heath End on the A285 to do another section of the Serpent Trail. Away from the main road, the path is quite pleasant. And here's our usual confirmation that we're on the Serpent Trail. Heading through quite pleasant woodland. The path strides on through Graffham Copse. At this junction, the Serpent Trail takes the left-hand fork up there. Now heading across Graffham Common on the Serpent Trail. By the way, in case you're wondering how I got to the main road at the start of the walk, this time I got a cab from Pulborough Station. I didn't trek all the way along the main road from Petworth like when I concluded my last stretch along the Serpent Trail at that main road. Anyway, we're here at Graffham Common, well away from the main road. Still heading across Graffham Common on the Serpent Trail. As you can see, the path is quite wet in places from all the recent heavy rain. The Serpent Trail crosses this road and heads along the footpath there. On the other side of the road, the Serpent Trail enters Lavington Common. Now on beautiful Lavington Common. At this point, the Serpent Trail turns right. Along this path here. The Serpent Trail comes out at this road junction and heads along the lane opposite. After a short walk along roads, the Serpent Trail turns left along this bridleway. Now heading across Graffham Common on the bridleway, which is part of the Serpent Trail. Still on Graffham Common on the bridleway. The glories of Graffham Common. Beautiful. That's the path ahead. I managed to take the wrong bridleway through Graffham Common. It wasn't the actual official Serpent Trail route, but I've got back on track to the Serpent Trail at this small road, and there's a waymark on that footpath sign for the Serpent Trail. So let's hope there aren't any more route finding problems. Now heading across some more scrubby woodland. Still definitely on the route of the Serpent Trail, as there are frequent waymarks around here. Now heading through some fairly pleasant woodland, and I'm definitely still on the Serpent Trail. Haven't gone wrong again yet. Well, we're still on the Serpent Trail. The walk is through this narrow path, but since leaving Graffham Common it's not been all that great. Quite scrubby and peculiar. Anyway, at least we're still on the path. We've now entered some pleasant woodland and I've just passed a Serpent Trail sign, so this is the path ahead. This is the Serpent Trail. At this path junction, the Serpent Trail turns right. The path now enters Amersham Common, going uphill. At the top of the climb of Amersham Common, there's a good view over to my right. Now over to my right, there's the trig point on Amersham Common. And there is the path, the Serpent Trail ahead. The path now heads onto Heath Common after crossing a road. The wide spaces of Heath Common. Quite beautiful. The Serpent Trail turns right along this sandy path across Heath Common. Further on, the path enters woodland and it's quite muddy in places. Now heading through beautiful woodland along the Serpent Trail. Further on, the Serpent Trail turns left along this wide path. Still heading through beautiful heathland. Now heading through some more mature woodland again, and there's the Serpent Trail ahead. Now on some hedge paths between fields. A good view has opened up over to my right. The walk now heads along this lane to the main A286 main road. The lane goes along Dunford Hollow, heading towards the main road. Now at the main A286 road, where the walk turns left to walk along the road for a short distance. The walk passes the Greyhound pub on the A286. The walk turns right off the A286 along Pitsam Lane, and that's the way forward. The Serpent Trail heads along Pitsam Lane across open country on the outskirts of Midhurst. Pitsam Lane goes past beautiful New Pond. That's the name of the pond, New Pond. And that is the way ahead. We should come out to a road shortly. After crossing the road, the Serpent Trail goes along this wooded path, still on the outskirts of Midhurst. Now heading across Midhurst Common on the Serpent Trail. I've now left the Serpent Trail and am heading along the roads into Midhurst for the bus back to Pulborough Station. Now sitting on the bus in Midhurst at the end of the walk.